Hey fire signs, it's Christy Lynn here. I hope you guys are doing well today, having a good week. Super excited to do your monthlies. Thank you for being so patient with me during this time. I do have a very important message just to kind of start us off right off the bat here. Hey Andrew, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, so I had a pretty intense vision earlier. So there's going to be an incident that's going to happen back at home in Smith on Sesame Street. And I had seen like a police truck in front of this house on that street. And I feel like it could be a standoff. That was kind of the emergency feeling I was getting, and Spirit is really encouraging me to advise you to keep your children at home during this time and to, keep them away from that street, from playing on that street, and just keep them indoors, keep them safe for the next little while. I'm not sure exactly which day it's going to happen, but it's going to happen soon. So I just really wanted to share that message and get it out there for you guys. I feel like everything's going to be okay, everyone's going to be safe, but just to practice due diligence and keeping our community safe. So thank you so much for that. Also, there's some, I was drawn to use 3 crystals for you guys because I feel like there's some really intense energies. I know I've been feeling it this past week. A lot of really big tower moments have been occurring. And so tower moments, like I said before, it could be very unexpected, blow things up. Things are redirected, crumbled, destroyed, all of that. So I felt really compelled to use 3 crystals for your reading. So we're going to use the Witch's Finger. Very powerful crystal. It does not need to be charged on the full moon. It has enough energy in it to cleanse your crystals. So if you have something similar, I was seeing a lot of white as well. So if you don't have any crystals, even just wearing, the color white or meditating or praying and picturing a white light around you, I feel is going to be really helpful. Also the clear quartz. So this is going to bring in a lot of clarity for you. It's good to use when you are grounded, because it will amplify a lot of the love and the positive energy that you're amplifying out into the ethers and out into the divine, into the universe. If there's a lot of discordant energy going on with you, the quartz is not the greatest to use. I would use a darker crystal, but and of course the blue agate. So this really speaks about healing and communication. So the throat chakra. So yes, so a few downloads and reflections for you guys is that I wanted to speak a little bit about, excuse me, about being the catalyst. So sometimes in life, we are the catalyst for change in another person's life. And it's not that we mean to do it. It's kind of like the divine, is working through us to be able to instill or instigate change in another person's life. And so it's not that we really need to do anything. We just really need to just show up and be ourselves. And sometimes these catalyst moments can be like tower moments, right? And it can seem very chaotic and very alarming and really overwhelming emotionally. And it's very important to stay grounded and centered in that time and to remember that what is going on around you and what other people are saying, try not to take it personally. It's about them. That's their journey. You just need to worry about what's inside of you. Take responsibility for your own emotions and your thoughts and your behaviors, and just try to stay as calm as possible during those turbulent times. It's going to be very beneficial for you in the long term. And I feel like it's a very good skill to start mastering. I was gonna say tweaking, but like it's a good skill to start strengthening, right? Because if we could remain calm and centered while things around us are, you know, doing their thing and changing and changes and all that stuff, then the better off you will be in the long term. There's also going to be a lot of unknowns happening, like a lot of question marks, right? And we've seen this before in the readings where there was a lot of Nine of Wands energy. And I feel like that is kind of going into uncharted territory. And I feel like a lot of you are stepping into that path now and not really sure where it is, like what is the end goal. And, you know, I've said before in other readings how we're coming to a place in our evolution where we are no longer going to be reliant on outside sources per se, to be able to guide us. Like, they will serve a purpose in our journeys until a certain point when we are going to be asked and encouraged by the divine to start to go within. When we run out of options or out of like answers by looking outside of us, like we're trying to look for signs, like road signs, road maps, we want to talk to people, see what they're doing, I want to do what they're doing. When we run out of all options, the only option left is to go within. To go within, listen to our hearts, listen to our guides, listen to our intuition, and it will guide you. And so, you know, strengthening that relationship is going to be very beneficial for you as well. And I feel like a lot of you two are awakening to your telepathic abilities. So I know we had the new moon in Pisces last night. Very beautiful, but also intense energies. Pisces is very emotional. If you have a lot of water in your chart, you're definitely going to feel this for sure. But I feel like there has been some telepathic activations for some of you, and which is really incredible, So I feel like taking some time to understand what that is for you is going to be really beneficial. Yeah, so let's get into the reading. That's what I had for you guys. I hope you guys had a really good week. Thank you so much for your patience. And the Three of Pentacles underneath the deck. Just amazing. This is all about community, all about working together, collaboration, collective energy. Creating. You're like creating something new. And that requires, you know, the falling and the destruction of an old way of doing things. Old thinking patterns, old life, old job, old relationships, all of that to make space and room for the new. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let's see what we got for you guys. Excuse me. Just 1 second. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Oh, 5 of Wands. So there's some of that conflict energy I feel that could be happening around you guys. Just know that everything is occurring for a reason and in divine timing. So there isn't one situation or challenge that does not happen for a reason. So, excuse me. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so, okay, 10 of Swords, current energy. I definitely feel like you're completing a cycle. You feel very turbulent. Some of you could feel like you've been betrayed by someone. The 10 of Swords, a lot of air energy, a lot of anxiety, I feel, being stuck in your head, repeating things over and over again. In the crossing, we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is a very independent, self-sufficient, you know, goal-orientated, I hear, financially independent in the crossing and the challenge this week. So we'll take a look into that too. I feel like it's it's the overcoming of this cycle of the Ten of Swords and into this empowerment is going to be the challenge. Thank you, Spirit. So in the foundation, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is water energy. Aquarius. Oh my goodness. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I feel like someone is coming in with an offer. Could be an apology. This could be your energy as well. In the recent past, we have the Eight of Cups. So you walked away from something that just was not in alignment. This is definitely the walking away from what's not in alignment card. You've seen what was available, and you're like, no, this is not my Nine of Cups. This is not my wish fulfillment. I'm moving towards my wish fulfillment, my Nine of Cups, my Ten of Cups, what I'm worth and what I desire. Required you a lot of inner strength to be able to do this. Even though there was some disappointment, you could have, disappointed some people in the process, but really choosing you has given you a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom. This is also Virgo energy. I feel like since the Virgo full moon, it's been a process in the making. Like all of this has been a process in the making for you guys. Using your wisdom, going within, asking yourself those important questions about what it is that makes you happy, not what other people expect of you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, what's in the crowning? Thank you. Six of Wands, beautiful victory. So I definitely feel like there is a sense of accomplishment for sure. A lot of you could be receiving some certification if you are going to school, but I feel like this is more of an internal energy here. Because you chose yourself. You're choosing yourself. You're in the midst of choosing yourself, empowering yourself. And I feel like it's kind of in conflict a little bit with these two energies. You're kind of going back and forth, which is okay. Totally fine. Totally normal. But I do feel like there is a sense of internal accomplishment for choosing yourself. Which is amazing. Page of Wands underneath the deck. Another fire sign. Using your creativity here. And we have a King of Swords with an air sign. Gemini with a Magician. I feel like if you're dealing with an air sign or a father figure, I feel like there is going to be an opportunity to really manifest and be really creative in manifesting a way forward. It's important to be able to be mindful in overcoming any sort of illusions that you may be creating for yourself. Because the Moon card is here as well, so that kind of speaks a little bit of illusion. And most of the time it's the illusions that we create within ourselves based out of fear. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. All right, Earth energy in the near future, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, King of Pentacles. So I feel like you guys are definitely going to be on like a very, very prosperous and abundant journey in the near future. I feel this decision that you made for yourself to stand in your empowerment and choose you is going to be rewarded. You could also be dealing with an earth sign in the near future, or have earth in your chart. But I feel you're really focused on business, really focused on acquiring your abundance and your prosperity. If this is another person, I feel like they could be really stuck in their head about something. They're trying to think of what it is to say, but someone might have been heartbroken or felt betrayed. There was like a lot of the Nine of Wands energy. We talked a little bit about that earlier, about the unknowns, right? But I feel Spirit is really asking you to just stay focused and centered on your work. Stay like laser focused on yourself and on your work, and just have faith, trust that everything is in alignment and occurring in divine timing. You know, with the earth reading that I did a couple days ago, with like all of those like pieces just kind of clicking into place, and it's all in divine timing. So once one piece clicks into place, it like triggers another piece to start moving and click into place, and then it starts to, you know, it is really cool. But so I don't know, maybe if you guys are interested, you could check out that reading and see if it resonates for you as well. But yeah, there is a Three of Swords energy here. But try to stay focused and grounded amongst the chaos. We have the Five of Wands. There is an Ace of Cups, a new potential for love. It could be a resurrection of an old love as well. I have the Aquarian star card here. It could be with an Aquarius. It is going to be very healing. There's going to be healing brought to this situation. I just kind of feel like there's almost like a void. It's like a bit of a void energy, which is a perfect example of what I mean. Like when you kind of run out of options and like trying to see which way to go, the only place left is to go within and to ask Spirit directly and our guides, you know, what do I need to do? And Spirit saying, focus on yourself, stay grounded, focus on your work, on your own emotional fulfillment, and just trust everything is going to happen the way that it needs to. Yeah, putting down burdens. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Oh, 10 of Cups. As I just said, emotional fulfillment. This is your energy. Beautiful fire signs. Amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Get it, you know. So 10 of Cups, I feel like you guys are very focused on your emotional fulfillment and taking care of yourself, filling up all of your own 10 cups. Or you could be manifesting right now, really asking yourself what it is that your heart wants and desires. And it's a beautiful time to manifest because we're still in the new moon energy for 4 days before and 4 days after. So you could use this time to really focus and set intentions on what it is that your heart desires and what your wish fulfillment is. You know, what kind of partner do you want? What kind of family do you want? What kind of home do you want? What kind of life do you want? Who do you want to be? You know, you could recreate yourself like every single day. You don't have to stay the same person or in the same mindset every single day. You know, you're free to be able to choose whoever it is that you want to be. I feel like there is a lot of options around you for your new beginning here. Major awakening, a major awakening. We have the Hangman and the Judgment card. Whew. There was a major shift in perspective, an awakening, that there was some divine intervention that occurred, excuse me, with this. I feel like there might have been a little bit of scattered energy, but you're moving away from any sort of conflict. Remain optimistic, stand up for yourself, stand up for your beliefs. I was gonna say stand up for your rights, you know, like, but if that's the journey you're on, then yes, stand up for your rights, stand up for yourself, stand up for your life, fight for your life and your happiness. You're waiting on some sort of clarity here. I feel like you're waiting on a message, some form of clarity from an Aries. The Emperor is here. And the World card for a brand new cycle, a brand new beginning. There's been a lot of juggling here. We have the Gemini, the Lovers card as well, and the Sun, Leo energy, 9 of Cups, beautiful. Justice. Justice is being served in this situation. I feel like that's why it's a little bit of a void right now, because perhaps you aren't meant to be a part of the so sometimes in life, in situations, the divine will kind of kick us out of a certain situation because we aren't meant to be a part of that. Someone could be receiving their karmic justice. Someone could be receiving or needing to have to go through this challenge by themselves. And so we get kind of like booted out for a little bit out of someone's life. And so they can like focus on themselves and not have to like hurt anyone or not have to like, you know, bring anyone through that. So that's the divine's way of intervening and protecting you. And that's what I mean about trusting, right? Like trusting that everything is going to work out the way it needs to, and just to focus on self, I feel is going to be very, very important. Hey everyone, so glad you're here. So glad you're here. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Had a good weekend. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I feel like that was a very important message that needed to come through. Ooh, thank you. Okay, what's going on in the environment for our fire signs? Thank you. Sun card, beautiful. Leo energy as well. I feel like there is, there's an opening up. Like you're coming, like I said, you're coming out of like this Ten of Swords energy, and you're coming into a more calmer space. The Devil here. Capricorn energy. There's been an enlightening experience here. There's been an awakening where you're seeing things a lot differently and a lot clearer. I think you might be seeing things a little bit more clearly, the situations in your environment, which is good. Because we have the Devil and the Seven of Cups, so there could be some Devil energy around you, trying to mess you up, trying to trip you up. But you know what? Like, don't be afraid. Like, it's not, the Devil energy is nothing to be afraid of. We all have elements of the shadow within us, and it's just the divine's way of helping us to shine a light on whatever kind of energies might be lingering around us, or it could be our own shadow work that we need to work through to be able to gain this new awareness and this new enlightening experience, our wish fulfillment. And everyone has a shadow. Everyone has a shadow. And we need to do the shadow work to be able to set ourselves free and liberate our spirits and liberate our minds and liberate our hearts to be able to move forward on the path that we are manifesting. For a Ten of Cups and the Sun card, like that is so beautiful. So I feel like there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. It could be that it's like I said, the illusions. Our fear could be creating illusions. So if we have habits that, you know, our fear creates illusions and it stumbles us, and we're like stressing about the future, worrying about the past, it really creates blockages. So we create our own blockages, and it could delay our manifestation. The 2 and 3. Yeah, I feel like you guys are really manifesting something amazing and beautiful here. You're going to receive a lot of clarity. That's going to bring in a lot of balance into the situation for sure. I just feel like it's like this, the divine is just asking you to keep an open mind about this energy. Oh, hey, Anne. Hey. Sorry, I'm using my phone. I can't always unless we get real close, but yeah, hey, glad you're here. Just to keep an eye out for this energy. I feel like you know what to do for yourself to help you through that. King of Swords. Oh, air energy again. Okay. Yeah, so codependency. This is my codependency card. I won't speak too much on it because I could talk all day about it. The codependency is one of the most insidious and addictions and shadow energy that I have noticed in the world, because it affects everyone in some form or fashion. Whereas with drugs or alcohol, it's like a certain percentage of the population is affected by that addiction. But it doesn't matter if you're an alcoholic or a drug addict. codependency like will impact everyone, and especially like from residential schools and everything like that, we are more prone to having those codependent behaviors and have them go unnoticed for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And I really feel like that energy could be creating a lot of confusion for you. Which is, thank you, Spirit, which is why I feel like it could be a bit of a challenge this week. A little bit of a challenge this week in standing in your power and your empowerment. So I kind of feel like this might be a little bit of a test. Could also be manifesting this with your higher self, this lesson that needs to be overcome before you could go into the next stage. It's a very important lesson. Excuse me, thank you, Spirit. Yeah. It can cause a lot of confusion internally, which is going to like distort your manifestations or delay them. If you need help with like codependency, like healing your codependency, like message me. I have a 16-week program. We can work together. You know, I can coach you through that and teach you how to heal yourself from codependency. And, you know, the program itself will help you like lifelong. Like it grows with you. Yeah, it's practical. It's very grounding. And I will teach you how to be able to heal yourself from resentment, from codependency, from having to rely on other people and outside sources to be able to fill your own cup and your own fulfillment and to stand in your empowerment. Because empowerment for me is the freedom and the freeing of the 4 parts of self, right? The mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and the spiritual body. If any of those aspects within ourselves are confined by the shadow energy, you see how they're chained up, then we are not free, right? So codependency is a very, very sticky one, which is why I'm very passionate about it and helping people to free themselves from it. So if you're interested, just hit me up, message me, and we can have a conversation to see if it's the right fit for you. But we're gonna move on because, yeah, like I said, I could talk about that all day because I'm really passionate about it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Oh. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords in the hopes and fears. Okay, cool. All right, so 5 of Swords is telling me a little bit of apprehension around if there was any sort of conflict, or if you're kind of avoiding conflict. Like you don't want any conflict right now. And I feel like there is going to be kind of spurts of conflict around you. And remember how I talked about like sometimes the divine will use us as a catalyst for someone else's life, for a change in someone else's life. Like I've been the catalyst so many times. I never know it. Like it's never intentional. It's how the divine plan is done, and I just accept it. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you will be the catalyst for someone else's life in a very positive way. It may not come down very positively, but just once again, just trust that everything is happening as it should, and try not to take it personally. Just be mindful in these situations as well. Really practice patience and tolerance for yourself and others when you are amongst sort of conflict in between people. Like there's 3 people here, and this card really speaks about like, so you could be a mediator for some of you, or it could be that, you know, one person was really, really malicious and the other person really didn't do anything, and you're just kind of like the middle person, right? And so you might be put in a position of like, okay, well, what do I do, right? And so this could be a bit of a test. Are you going to do what you've done in the past? And I don't know how that looks for you. Or are you going to are you going to choose to do things differently this time? Practicing patience and tolerance, balancing out your emotions, taking a step back, taking a breath, and center yourself. Try not to take this personally. What's occurring in other people's lives is not your fault. It's not yours to carry, not your burdens, not your burdens to carry. So, I feel like there is going to be, you're going to be rewarded for this with the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit is going to come in and help you out here. You could also be dealing with an Aries, the Emperor, or have Aries in your chart. Speaking of fire signs, that's going to help you into this new cycle. Yeah, it's similar energy. Beautiful. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's see what's the outcome. Thank you, Spirit. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I had an awesome weekend. Ooh, thank you. Okie dokie. Okay, so we have the Justice, Libra energy. I feel like there is, like I said earlier in the downloads, it was, there's some situations that, that we don't need to be a part of because someone else is, other people or situations are receiving the divine justice that they need to be able to move forward in their own lives. Could also be dealing with some legal issues. We have the Moon card, Pisces energy. Hold on a second here. Okay, thank you. So yeah, there is divine justice being brought into the situation for sure. We have Cancer, the Chariot card. Things are going to happen very, very quickly. There's just a bit of a void, a bit of a pause right now. There is a truth that has come out, and it's going to bring balance to everyone involved, because I feel like there may have been some imbalancement in the past, whether that was internally and then it manifested externally, because that is one thing to keep in mind as well as we go about our lives. When we see certain situations, occur around us, we need to ask ourselves, like, what's going on internally that's attracting these sort of experiences into my life? So that's kind of a good mirror, like a mirroring, to kind of keep track of like where I'm at internally. And so after some time, my internal well-being and my internal world is my top priority. So I always need to make sure that I'm well on the inside. Of course, my physical body and all that stuff too, right? But I need to keep my internal world well so I could, move forward with ease and grace. So I definitely feel like the Moon card here, you are receiving some downloads and some, like I said, telepathic communication about a younger fire sign and another younger fire sign, or the Page of Wands here. Receiving messages and downloads here on how it is for you to creatively manifest your Nine of Cups. Yeah, I think we touched on that a little bit earlier too. So, I think that is beautiful. I think that is so beautiful, because that's exactly like how I work. Is I get messages from the divine, inspiration, and I use that to manifest what it is that, I desire. The 9 and 10 of Cups, you guys. Oh my goodness. So excited. Yeah, and just really focus on your emotional self right now, because I feel like there's a lot of There's a lot. There is a lot going on. We have all 4 elements here. Same energies. Same energies. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, we're going to go through this in a sec. Okay. All right, so under the deck, we have the Chariot card. It's going to be very quickly, very, very quickly. So just have trust. Stay grounded in yourself. You've been doing a lot of planning, a lot of manifesting, and I feel it's going to start to come to life. It's starting to come to life. Certain elements are coming into life. It's important to remember that our manifestations don't just come like boom, you know, like, and it's just, you know, our castle or our mansion just, you know, like shows up like in a second. There's certain elements that we need to be able to meet the divine halfway. But it's not all like work either, which is a weird kind of balancing act. I feel like that's what the Temperance was talking about. We also have the Libra Justice energy, also speaking about balance. So I feel like it's that balancing of work. Like we aren't meant to work ourselves to death, but at the same time, we do need to put in the work. But the inspiration that we receive from the divine, that's the work that we do. It's not the work that we logically think that we should be doing, because the more we think, like rely on our logical brain to be able to do what it is that we're meant to do here, we could really mess ourselves up. With the Ten of Swords here, we could really trip ourselves up and like wonder why like things aren't working, because it's not the path that the divine is encouraging us to go down. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Feel like you guys are waiting on some major clarity. We talked a little bit about this earlier. You're waiting on a message. Waiting for your ships to come in. Go from the 2 to the 3 of Wands, something that you're very passionate about. The Knight of Wands, going to receive, you could be dealing with another fire sign. Someone's coming in hot. Someone's coming in fast. Someone's going to come in with this wand here and could be delivering this clarity to you. Could also be hold on, we have the Devil and the Hanged Man. You're waiting on a message, waiting on some clarity here. This person could have been a Capricorn. I also feel like this person could be kind of the, what's the word? A part of your internal blockage, right? Like they may not be in your environment right now, but they're part of an internal blockage that you're working through. I feel like it's going to be very successful. You are going to receive, you're going to overcome and reach a new level of enlightenment because of this clarity that you received. And the beautiful thing about healing is that you don't need the other person to be around you to be able to heal through whatever blockages or whatever pain that they may have caused. That is like one of the most empowering things that we can give ourselves, is that we don't always need an apology to be able to free ourselves from the grips of another person's choices, another person's behavior. We can set ourselves free. We could also learn to forgive ourselves. I think that is another very important message, because that's how codependency can turn on us, is when we aren't able to forgive ourselves from the choices that we make, that we aren't so proud of, right? And then we can get stuck in the guilt and the shame. So I feel like you're going to receive some clarity on that, and it's going to be beautiful. The Hangman. It's divinely guided. Archangel Michael is here protecting you. Totally like just clearing the path for you. I feel like there's a lot of angels around you right now protecting you as you go through this journey. Divine intervention, as I said earlier when the Judgment card showed up. Moving away from any sort of conflict. The 6 of Swords. So we have the 5 of Swords here, and we're going to the 6, so that's good. That's really, really good. Because that's the thing, once you learn the lesson, you don't have to repeat it again. and you can move on. Oh, Ria. Oh no, I'm sorry that happened. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much, cousin. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to be able to say that. I'm really proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing your courage with us. Yeah, it's not an easy journey. If you want to talk privately, you can message me, and we can, I can help support you in whatever way I can, to help you get the help that you're wanting. Okay, so it's not good. I love you. Sending major blessings your way and healing, and I hope your face is okay. All right, I love you. Thank you. Okay. So yes, I feel like there's definitely been divine intervention, so you can move away to calmer waters. I feel like there's been a lot of stress with the 10 of Swords here, a lot of stress, and the divine is like, okay, that time is over now. It's time to move forward into a new beginning. Awesome. Thank you. We have the 2 of Cups here, so there is going to be a union. This could be the union within self. We've said this before. Before we can have a divine relationship, a divine union with another partner, we first must become whole and find that union within ourselves first. So we can then have a healthy relationship with another person. And I feel like you're going to be very focused on your abundance, on your work, which is great. It's a good way to channel a lot of that energy into something productive, something that will make you feel good at the end of the day. And this could be home. This doesn't necessarily need to be around money or work or anything like that. It could be just that you're focused on your home life right now. Beautiful. Yeah, it's the same energies. There's going to be some communication coming in. It could be from an earth sign. I also see 2 feminines, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands, so fire and air. This could be your energy, really needing to speak your truth with grace and like charisma on where it is that you want to put your time, money, and your investment. What are you going to invest in for yourself? It's going to require a lot of patience. Also, Sag energy here, the Temperance card. Putting down a lot of burdens, completing cycles. We got another 10 here. Into a brand new cycle. Aries energy. Yeah. So we're just like repeating now. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to close out. I don't think we need to clarify. I feel like we talked about a lot here. You know what? We are going to clarify on this 9 of Cups really quickly. I feel like someone's coming in for an apology, or you could be apologizing. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so yes, someone's coming in with an apology or to bring in some clarity, a message, something that you've been waiting on for a while, to be able to move forward in your plans. The 2 of Wands, it's going to happen very quickly. It could be with a Capricorn. I definitely don't feel the codependency energy in this per se. Unless it's an apology for some sort of clarity that you may have received about your own shadow, and you want to apologize to someone because of it. But I feel it's more of a Capricorn that you are dealing with. Or you could have Capricorn in your chart. Unknown energies, someone's really stuck in their head. Yeah, really needing to be very mindful and creative on how it is that where you're going to put all your investments, your time, money, and energy. Like I said again, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. This also speaks a lot of like karma energy, like karmic. But I feel, like I said before, you know, sometimes we're kind of like booped out of the picture. So another person can do their karmic healing, their karma releasing. And that we don't really need to be a part of that situation. Even though it makes us feel a little disappointed and kind of like left out and like, you know, there may be some regrets, it's going to require a lot of inner strength to be able to like work through this and to have faith. There's some sort of institution, some sort of structure that's not getting in the way. Like there's the Justice card. So there's something very important that's kind of above you, but not above God. So that's the thing. I think that was another message that the divine wanted to let you know, is that yes, there's some things that are out of your control, but it's not above God. So no one's above God. So just focus on your work. Focus on your work. I don't know where that tune came from, but yeah, it'll help ease a lot of this stress. Channeling your energy. Okay, I'm gonna go and get lost in the bottom of the deck again. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you. That was really good. I'm glad we went there. Super glad we went there. Okay. So Keepers of the Light. Oracle, let's receive some guidance from the Keepers of the Light and the Ascended Masters. Let's see what they have for fire signs this month. Oh, thank you. Sir Nuno's Life Force. So, speaking of channeling your energy, your fire energy, and your passions into something that you want to manifest, this is the Ascended Master to really help you do that. So express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. So you know what, like, I wanted to read from the book today. I don't know, there was just like, I should just leave the book out because I feel like there's going to be a card that I'm going to want to read from. So, Cernunnos, Cernunnos, okay. Also known as Hearn, is the Celtic stag god who represents connection to the earth. He is one of the oldest recognized Celtic gods and features on the Gundestrup cauldron, a giant silver vessel from the Iron Age. He is the lover of the Great Mother and impregnates the land so it will be filled with life. He can help us form a connection with the animal spirits and ancestors of our land. There is a buildup of life force within you now, and a need to channel it into action. You may have extra energy or be more alert than usual, or be aware of a sense of increased sexual or sensual energy. If you have been unsure how this ties into your spiritual path, know that it can allow you to access the richness of your soul. When we are not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can be tamed or muted. So if you're denying yourself a desire, ask yourself, how can you fulfill it? Oh man, sorry. Ask Cernunnos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it with integrity and in a way that honors your soul. If you and your partner are trying for a child, this card appears. Fertility is very possible, especially if Bridget, Cernunnos' twin flame, is present too. So, definitely very positive and very natural way of like channeling our energy and expressing our energy. You know, our sexual and our sensual powers are divine. You know, we've lived in a society that like does not encourage that. It's like they exploited that, right? So when you start working on your empowerment and on yourself, and you learn to really treat your body as a sacred temple, you come into alignment with your own sexuality, with your own sensuality, and you begin to cultivate like this new, it's like this new power, this new magic, this new energy. So beautiful, beautiful. Very good way to manifest as well. Bottom of the deck, we have Isis. Speaking of manifestation, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Remember how we said that Spirit wants you to stay focused on your work? Yes. Ancestor Spirit. So White Eagle, he's here to let you know to connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And I feel like we touched on that with the codependency a little bit, because that can be passed down from generations to generations. Yep, Lord Ganesh is here with infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. So I feel like once you kind of overcome this and move through that shadow energy, it's going to like open up all this abundance for you and for your manifestations to come in. There is divine intervention with the divine director. Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. And we'll end here. So we have Archangel Faith. She is the twin flame to Archangel Michael. So humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust in the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. I feel like that is very important with this Five of Swords energy. All right, we're going to leave it there, fire signs. I hope you guys are doing well. And I wish you all the best. Once again, if you are interested in, healing through any sort of codependency in your own lives and your own relationships, feel free to message me and we can set up a call. And yeah, or if you want to set up a reading, message me, we could book a reading too. And I love you guys. Sending lots of blessings, sending lots of prayers and healing vibes your way. I know you got this. We got this. We're in this together. Okay? I love you so much. Mwah.